these galactic channels that we tap into are so important for our evolution, and that it's so important to talk about, even if people don't understand it quite yet. They can feel it or they know it on a cellular level that they're connected to something like this, that it's part of our grand awakening. Welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited you are here. I recently had the opportunity to speak at the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles, California. And it was such a magical event. If you were there, thank you for saying hi. Thank you for coming to my talks. If you weren't there, I wanted to share my takeaways, my ahas with you. And even if you were there, I still want to share them with you because I think it's so neat to see everyone's takeaways and what they gained or possibly didn't gain from the event as well. And it's such a powerful event. This is the 23rd year it has been going on. So it's a very big event. And I feel so honored that I got to go there for the second time. I will be there again next year if everything goes the way that I plan it to, but I intend to go again next year. So if you missed me and you want to come next year, definitely come. It's always during Super Bowl weekend. So my first big takeaway from the Conscious Life Expo is that the energy is very different from year to year. And the first year, I had never gone to it, so I was going in completely blind. And I usually like attending things before I go and talk at things, just because it allows me to understand what I'm getting myself into. And so this time I had already done it the previous year, and so I had the opportunity to compare and contrast. And each year is going to be different because we're different people and different people attend. And some people come that came from the previous years or year. And some people, it's their first time coming. And there's a buzz, there's an energy that's buzzing through the entire collective community at the expo. And it's excitement and it's a lot of excitement. Can be also some mixed fears in there, like fears of people of whatever they're letting go of, or fears around whatever is going on in the collective in general. And I'm going to overall say the collective. So this year, the expo was different because there was just all of the big massive fires in LA. And so you can I could feel and I could see and I could hear how that has affected the community. I don't personally live in LA. I have friends in LA. I have clients in LA. And so some were massively affected by it and some were not affected by it at all, but they know people that were affected by it. And so it's a really big thing that is happening and still happening. And anytime there is a disaster that happens, we wish for the community to pull together. And there was a lot of talks about how the community is pulling together and how people can support the community in pulling together. And so that was really neat to see and to witness. I have personally experienced different disasters, from fires to hurricanes to tornadoes. And it's bad. It's not fun when something like that happens because some people lose everything and they have to rebuild, and all of the way that the fires were handled or mishandled, people are talking about that. And the biggest thing that I can say is that people are wanting community to come together and to heal and help the city heal. And so it was really nice to have something like this going on for an opportunity to release some of the sorrow, some of the stress, some of the worries, some of the sadness, but to also be supported while that is all happening as well. And so there was that component. And then the other reason why I said it's different from the previous years is because the person that's showing up is different. Every day we have the opportunity to grow, to change, to evolve. And I'm a completely different person than I was the previous year before. And so one, my expectations were different. Two, the way I approached the event was different. And three, I had such an amazing team that was supporting me. So shout out to all of my lovely Sacred Awakening students that came out and helped, because they were such a massive pivotal part of this event for me personally and for our community as well. And so thank you to all the beautiful ladies that helped and volunteered, then was able to give readings to anybody at the expo that wanted to get a reading from us as well. And so for me, there's this massive change that I feel like I have gone through in the last year. And one of the things that was the biggest, most glaring thing in my face was how much better my physical body felt compared to last year. I have been working on physically feeling better for quite some time. I have autoimmune things, I have a connective tissue disorder. And so for years, my body has been feeling like it's been deteriorating. And for the last few years, I have feel better than I've ever felt. And I thought I felt good last year, but compare and contrast from last year to this year, my physical body feels freaking amazing. And I have new team in place that's helping me with some of my hypermobility and how to not dump into my joints and hurt my connective tissue and to hurt my joints and to stabilize my joints that are hypermobile in a different way. And I feel 10 times stronger than I did the previous year. And so it was really cool for me to see and to witness how much better I felt just even sleeping. If you ever have an opportunity to go somewhere and then the next year you get the opportunity to go to that same place, it's really neat to see what your excitement was from the previous year, what you had going on, and then also how you physically felt, how you emotionally felt, how you spiritually felt. Because there's really big opportunities to earmark certain events in our life. And it doesn't have to be this type of event. It can be any type of event. It could be your birthday. It could be going for a hike. It could be maybe you take a girls trip, or maybe you take a guys trip, or maybe there's something that you have the tendency to do that allows you to take inventory. And I know that the new year is always that opportunity, but we can do that all throughout the year. And for me, having that opportunity to, one, see how much better I slept, to see and feel how much better my physical body felt, it was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And I'm just so grateful for all of the work that I have pushed myself to do. And I'm saying that because sometimes when we want change, it's really challenging and it's very scary to actually put the effort in because you're scared that something might happen. So like in my case, like for a long time, I was scared that I would injure myself or I would hurt myself even more if I did X, Y, Z. And to work through some of those challenging, tough psychological problems that I was having in terms of my relationship with my physical health, my relationship with my physical body, and working through that. I'm so grateful that I worked through those fears because I can see a massive difference in how I feel. And let me tell you, if someone told me it was okay last year, that was the best I would ever feel, I would have been okay with it, because I felt a million times better than I did before. And so now I'm like, ooh, like this is so yummy. It's so spacious. And I am so, so grateful for my physical body. I am so grateful for every single person and every single modality and every single guide that has helped me along the way, because it has taken a village to make myself feel better in terms of the autoimmune stuff that I have going on in my body. And so I'm just so grateful. The other takeaways that I had was that there are magical, magnificent things that are on the horizon. And being on this, I was on an interdimensional beings panel, and there was different beautiful, powerful speakers, healers, women on this panel, and we all do something a little different. And it was so cool to see and to witness the different types of, one, interdimensional being, galactic beings, specifically light language that wants to come through. And for me, I have been speaking and sharing light language openly since 2018, and it has always been received really well. And last year when I was at the expo, I kept getting that it's more important for me to share that even in a bigger way, and a bigger way, and a bigger way. And that is one of the reasons why I actually started sharing and adding more to my YouTube channel and to the podcast, is because I wanted to share more light language. And I'm still getting that message, and it's coming even more clear and apparent that light language, these galactic channels that we tap into, are so important for our evolution, and that it's so important to talk about, even if people don't understand it quite yet. They can feel it, or they know it on a cellular level, that they're connected to something like this, that it's part of our grand awakening as a consciousness, as a collective consciousness. And I'm excited to be a part of this community, sharing light language and sharing these galactic knowledge. And that's not the right word I want to use, but for lack of a better word, like there's some very high level consciousness. That's a better one. I'll use that. There's some very high level consciousness that wants to come through. And for anybody that doesn't know what light language is, it's a cosmic language of your soul. And so by sharing these higher levels of consciousness that we can't describe in human words, like it can't be described in human words because we don't have the human words for it. We're frequency, and light language is frequency, and it's wanting to come through, and it just needs to come through in a massive way. And one of the things that I ended up sharing on the interdimensional panel was that frequency, color frequency specifically, is crucial for us to play with. And I've been getting this message for quite some time, but it's been like, it's so loud that I can't not share it anymore. Like and I have been sharing it, but it's like, I need to share it more in this capacity, and I'll probably continue to share it as well. But they're saying that working with specific colors, bringing in specific colors, and whenever you are being guided to absorb or to play with a particular color, do it. Do it, because it has the potential to have such a healing frequency for you, for others, that it can change the very fabric of your energy signature. And so how we work as a frequency is we work with the full spectrum of light. We work with the rainbow. And sometimes when we are emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally dysregulated, color is the very thing that can support us. And color, when I say color, I'm not just talking about put a color t-shirt on. I'm talking about eating that color, absorbing that color into your body, into your frequency. And it can be very, very, very powerful in your healing journey. And so maybe I'll do more on that at a later date, more on color frequency, because it's such a big message that it's so loud. It's so loud for me that it's like I have to shout it from the rooftops, is because it keeps just coming in, and it's come in various different ways for me, from speaking to different podcasters to different channeled messages I've been doing for individuals, for collectives and groups. And that was a really big message that came through. And so take it, run with it. If you're being guided to work with blue, what shade of blue are you being guided to work with? If you're being guided to work with red, and you have a stigma or like a fear around working with a particular color, but you're being guided to work with it, I highly recommend working through that particular fear, because sometimes there's a misconception around what a color can do for someone, and it can do so much more than what you've been told, the story you have been fed. And it's important to follow your own inner guidance, and no one else's, my friend, no one else's. I have so many more takeaways, but before I share my last one, I do want to share, if you missed the expo, or you just want to join our special container, don't forget the Soul Evolution Masterclass series starts February 17th. If you can't join us live, you can catch the replay. I'm going to be doing so much light language, so much Akashic records, so much ancestral healing, and so much more. You're not going to want to miss it. So you can go to theamyrobison.com/masterclass, theamyrobison.com/masterclass, and join us. The link will be in the bio in the description. My last takeaway is love is always available to us. And I know you know that. But it's something that you can embody, something that can be a part of your flow, something that can be a part of your consciousness. So let it in, welcome it every day, and experience it on a cellular level. Give yourself permission to love yourself on a cellular level. Tell yourself you love yourself in the mirror each and every day. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe and share it with a friend. Take care. I'll see you soon. I hope to see you in the masterclass. Bye.